When I first came to Greenfield in around 1987, I kept hearing that there's nothing here, there's nothing to do, and I can't wait to get out of here. Well, I'm here to tell you, you were all wrong. Right after we got married, we set up house in town across from the fire barn. I moved in from a place of around 150,000 people that had gradually turned into a semi-war zone before I moved away. Moving to Greenfield wasn't as much of a shock as you might think. We worked in Springfield and commuted back and forth every day. And Susan's family had been here for generations, so we had family and resources available that made small-town life easier. I set a timetable of 1 year and 4 seasons to gather all the content I could for this project. As you're watching this video, I want you to think about something. What you're seeing is not all that Greenfield has to offer. Maybe someone else from Dade County will pick up the banner and carry it on as Greenfield grows. We'll see. There won't be much dialogue other than a few interviews I did with some locals who I asked one question. Of all the places you could have lived, why did you choose Greenfield? So instead of showing a video which seems to focus on what Greenfield does not have, I've chosen to try and highlight what I believe in my view is just a small slice of what Greenfield does have. What follows is a seasonal look at glimpses of our community since I started this project and where we can go from here. I hope you enjoy the show.
I would call myself a lifelong resident of Greenfield and Dade County. I was born in Lockwood, in the small hospital there, and have pretty much stayed here all my life. I went to college in Springfield, but I came home every weekend because I called it home. I was fortunate to be able to work in Springfield to commute back and forth and live in Greenfield to be able to raise my family. My ancestors on my mother's side helped settle Chris Perry out on the lake area. He came here in 1839, and this is in the northeast part of the county. He was a farmer there, and a lot of the family continued farming, and his land that he had was taken by Stockton Lake. My great-grandfather was a farmer here in Dade County. He went to Oklahoma Territory and bought land there, and in his acquisition of land there, he bought some in the Drumright area that was part of the Cushing oil field. He was fortunate that there was oil on the land, and he was able to become a prominent businessman, but his lifelong dream and goals were to be a farmer. He came back to Missouri because this is where he wanted to raise his family at. My grandfather was born in Oklahoma Territory before it became a state in 1907. Granddad Great came back here, and he was well known for his Hereford cattle, and he would raise and feed out steers and then ship them to the Chicago stockyards by rail. And normally they went as many as 27 rail cars at a time. I always would have loved to have been able to experience that, seeing that happen, but I've had a lot of stories from my dad of the work was involved in making that happen. My family continues to farm, and we raise Hereford cattle ourselves and sort of can carry that on within our family. This area is a strong farming community. There was a lot of dairy in the 60s and 70s, and that has slowed down quite a bit, and we see now more people going into beef cattle and row cropping. A lot of farmers here, good farmers, have carried on from their parents and grandparents and continued it into the agricultural fields. We see a lot of young people being able to do that. It's a struggle for them, but they are able to do it. I've been fortunate to be able to retire from working in the corporate world, and now am able to farm full-time, sort of a dream and goal that I've always had, and be able to raise cattle, and my children can help with that also.
Another good thing about Greenfield is the Stockton Lake, which is only a few miles outside of town. We've got great facilities, boat ramps, campgrounds. The fishing on Stockton Lake is good, very good for your walleye. A lot of people like to come down and do crappie fishing. I've seen guys going out in December just loading up on the crappie. I love to bass fish. Bass fish has been my passion all my life. I love it. And our bass fishing has been pretty good here lately. It goes up and down. There's some years it's better than others, but I really enjoy bass fishing. We've got beautiful scenery on Stockton Lake. The sailboating is fantastic. Campground facilities, we've got several. We've got hundreds of good campsites out along Stockton Lake. The boat ramps are good. Just good clean water, good clean fishing, and just a good recreational lake to be on.
I was born here. I lived here my whole life until I went away to college, and my husband and I are both from Dade County, so we came back and retired where we grew up just because we like the community. Pretty much it. We know people here and it makes us comfortable. It's a great place to live.
Well, one thing I love about Greenfield is it reminds me of that small town pride, not just in our veterans, but in the town itself. It's something you can feel when you walk down the street.
I like Greenfield. I love living in Greenfield because it's just a good, peaceful little town to live in. Quiet. My wife and I, we enjoy sitting out on the porch and listening to the kids out running around playing because they have no care in the world. It's the low crime rate in this town is great. Everything a person would want is in this town. Your lumber yards, your pharmacies, your grocery stores, your convenience stores, restaurants. It's just a good down-home community where a person can enjoy and relax and live peacefully. And that's one reason why the wife and I love Greenfield. That's why I enjoyed being the mayor for the last 10 years to try and improve and make it even more of a good place, a great place for people to come and live. So yeah, that's what I like about Greenfield. It's just a good, comfortable, peaceful little town.
One of our strongest businesses in our community is Pennington Seed Company. They came here in approximately the 70s and took a gamble on us, Brooks Pennington did, and we have a lot of fescue in this area. It's grown for beef cattle to eat. And it allowed our farmers here to combine the fescue heads, and it's Kentucky 31 fescue, and this was harvested and taken into the Pennington Seed Company. It gave the farmers a cash income, and then they could still harvest the hay afterwards. Pennington's is the world's largest Kentucky 31 seed processor, so it's a surprise to know that this is in the small community of Greenfield.
A lot of times we get people from other states, California, Washington. A lot of times they come in and they're always impressed by how friendly everybody is here, and which kind of always catches me by surprise, because my first thought is, well, why wouldn't we be? Like, what are we mad about? You know, why wouldn't we be friendly? You know, we all want to take care of each other. And honestly, if you've moved from far away that's different from here, and you moved here, I mean, by all means, welcome, because you made the trek all the way out here, and I gotta appreciate that. I was born in this area. It's you know, for me, it's easy to be here because I was born and raised here, and a lot of us have been. But everybody that's from the outside, you know, area, they came here for a reason. I was a kid being raised in this area, first thing I wanted to do was get away from here. And now I could not imagine being anywhere else. I really couldn't. It's Heather and I, me and my wife, we've talked about all the places we wanted to go to and see and all that. We've talked about moving to all those great places too. But I think deep in our hearts we know this is home. And then the people that you don't know, that you've never met before, there's still sort of a common ground that everybody knows, as far as, you take care of people, they take care of you. And when weather's good and everything's going great, you have laughs, you make new friends. When weather's bad and times are tough, everybody just knows that they put their boots on and go help their neighbors, because that's just what you do. And I don't know that you get that in big cities.
Well, I'd say the reason why I'm here is, first of all, I have a lot of family in the area, and been coming here for years. I've traveled all over, all over the United States. I've lived in a variety of places and traveled all over the world, and always looking for that right place to move to. And, having come from a very big city, I wanted to come back to a sense of community. So, family brings me here, that's community, and the cohesiveness of people in a town, a small town, that your neighbors, not everybody living next door is a stranger to you. And that is unique for Greenfield. It's unique for a lot of small towns, and Greenfield has a lot of positive qualities. And so coming here, that's what I was searching for. Somewhere I could feel like, when I shut my door at home and I was, in the comforts of my own home, I still felt like everyone around me in my community was part of my life, and I feel that here, as opposed to a bigger city where you just don't get that. And so it's a very unique feeling, and you don't really know it until you experience it.
With COVID closing everything, we had to bring back all the communities with chamber, all the community events to get it all back up and going. Our community is so resilient just because of the people. We're very close knit. Everybody supports everybody. But I work in the community. I work with the senior center. We serve many communities, average 1,500 meals a month, do all kinds of activities. Seniors, there's a lot of seniors in Dade County that need a place to go, so we do that 5 days a week.
Being in a small town, we're limited on the veterans that we can draw from for our post, but the ones here have such a great quality that they have managed to keep this building going since 1920s to present, which is phenomenal. Trying to keep it going and bridge that generational age gap is where our new veterans come into play in order to fill those huge shoes that we've been left, and to carry on the traditions that need to be carried on and that will someday benefit us in the long run. That's huge. And just to be able to do that and have our wives and our family show up and do our events and bingo and our poppies, and to carry on those traditions, it makes you feel good to be a part of something better. And if you don't do it, who else will? So that's kind of why I wanted to, hey, there's still work to be done here, and it's for a good cause, and we love doing it. And that's what's different about a small town versus a big city, is the amenities might not be the same, but the quality of people is better because you're a smaller town, and if you need someone to show up, they show up. That's what's neat about it.
Beginning of this video, I said that this was not all that Greenfield had to offer. By the time I got to edit, it was apparent that I had more content than I could possibly use unless I planned on doing an hour-long feature. As I continued to archive footage from this project, it became increasingly clear that I was going to have to make some decisions about how much of the footage I already had that would get utilized. I realized that after only having contacted about a quarter of my original list, that participation was nearly 95% positive, and I may have to just simply stop shooting and proceed with what I had. At the beginning, I stated that at some point, maybe someone else will pick this project up and run with it. I will tell you there is much left to do. Hopefully the video you just watched will serve as motivation for someone else in Dade County to pick up where I left off.